point on a person. So I'm gonna go over to Julius.
As you walk over, he closes his book. Respite is fleeting, Clint.
Well, if I'm being honest, sir, I think this is probably the most comfortable sleep any of us will have for a long while. I know he's faced away from me, that's fine. Am I allowed to ask you stuff, sir? You can say no. I understand.
You're here till you finish your first incantation.
Smirk under my mask. That's not a no, sir.
If it will put your mind at ease, ask your questions.
Do you hate me?
Oh, fuck.
Once you get a little bit older and understand the world, you will have the answer to that question. Don't hate you because this world has made us cruel. It has given us choices we do not want, but must accept.
Insight check. How much of what he just said does he actually believe in? Shit!
Oh, 6.
It's hard to say. It's definitely not a pleasant thing.
So it's never hard to tell with Julius. Alright. That's honestly all I want to ask.
You have suffered losses and you will suffer more. The best among you might even die. The dark is not a respecter of person.
But I'm not a dark creature, sir. I don't know what is worse. Hating a dark creature for doing exactly what it's corrupted to do. Or hating someone of the light that just got in too over their head.
Hate is an emotion you don't have time for.
Right. Thank you, sir. Go back. And no, he's not really keeping watch. He's just going to try to stay up a little bit longer, try to get this to work. He thinks of the Velcourts, the Troubadour, going around the city on their zip lines and such, but nothing works.
Roll me an Arcana.
Ooh, not one. 17, actually.
That's fucking good.
It's really good. Give him a flat 0.
Moment. You feel as though you see a small flicker inside the phosphorus in the moss.
But it goes away.
Immediately.
I don't say anything, but I look up at Julius to see if he caught it or not. He's faced away from me, so. I just...
He doesn't seem to give any reaction one way or
another.
But
Usual.
Morning does come. More food is brought in its finest. And after breakfast, training resumes. What do you do?
Clean up the place of any trash left over from breakfast.
Responsible.
That's from Lucian.
What'd you say?
Especially if it's from Lucian.
Oh,
I didn't say
like
Stay
that.
over here.
Could I have kept a biscuit?
probably want a cracker.
He's the food
Oh.
guy. He appreciates good food.
Do that.
Poe
Right.
want a cracker.
Roll me a D100, Gregor.
Ooh, we love to see these rolls, baby. You get extra point if it's 1,
101.
169, or 76.
Oh shit! Is that
Oh my
good?
fucking
I wish it
god!
was
What
good.
the fuck? Come on.
Is
so
higher
high.
better or worse?
Have
So
a
what
very interesting dream.
Oh
Michael
no,
visits you.
he's wearing a dress.
You are running through a snowy field, surrounded by a pack. Amongst this pack, you see off in the distance shadows of other animals running, of all sorts of carnivorous beasts, all heading to the central location. As you and your pack make it to the middle, you see a massive hill. Upon it sits a low-hanging moon that touches the top of a tree. This crescent moon, you feel as though you see a beautiful woman with long, pale blue hair. And you begin to hear the howls of wolves, the roars of bears, lions, tigers, hyenas, all sorts of animals that gnash teeth on prey. But you come to. So, what do y'all do?
I mean, I think I have a thing if nobody else wants to.
I'll just say Gregor tries his best to hold on to the memory of that dream. Like, trying not to forget a dream. And tries to concentrate on that today. Use that.
Very interesting. What do you do, Bradford?
Hey. I said it as a joke earlier, but I think Bradford probably does actually have a hard time thinking of really happy memories, because most of his life has been shit. So he's just gonna think of one of the few things that makes him happy, which is food in this case. I don't know, probably slowly pick at the biscuit and just. It sounds pretentious. Eat away your sorrows. Kind of weirdly. Just experience food, not just eat food. You know. Try to Kung Fu Panda a little bit.
No hungry
Tasty.
person has ever been sad to see food.
Right. Yeah, just do that and use that as a basis to kind of think back on probably the meal we just had, or a time where he made a really good soup with some fish that Gregor got, or other types of really hearty meals when we were probably all gathered together and happy.
Gotcha. Okay. As Julius starts making his rounds between all of you, he notes that, well, this trio here
Hmm?
has bits of light glowing from their phosphorus.
Let's
What
go.
the fuck?
Very well done. Now begins the hard part. Holding it until it illuminates all the moss. You might fail, but you will start again. Remember that light of your life and hold on to it. And then he makes his way back up here as he looks around. What about Lucian and Holbjorn?
I got something.
A little
Okay.
something.
I think Halbjorn's life has been, kind of filled with toil and strife, with some happy moments at the orphanage, and then maybe a few kind of okay moments in his childhood, like early childhood, that he barely remembers. So I think what he'll elect to do is, rather than think of happy memories, come up with happy possibilities, like a very idealized and optimistic version of the future that he can help create with his family down here.
Aw.
You begin to get flickers.
Not blood related.
Julius
Wait,
comes
is he
over and
admitting that he's an
sees it.
orphan?
He sees these flickers, and even if it breaks his concentration, he wants to look over and see if Lucian's having any sort of breakthrough.
Lucian?
You notice that Lucian is trying, but he's also kind of looking over at Aislinn to see if she's getting any progress.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
This is literally all of us looking over each other's shoulders to see how everyone else is doing.
In that case,
He is trying to fit a square peg in a round hole.
yeah. In that,
Well,
he's trying, but he's not trying too hard, and he doesn't seem too upset about it.
Well, in that case, Halbjorn will break his concentration. He'll stop thinking about happy things, and then he will get filled with worry as he sees the squirt, who is smarter than him in every way, shape, and form, not succeeding. And I think Halbjorn can put two and two together. If Lucian's looking over at Aislinn, Lucian's probably not succeeding because he's worrying about Aislinn, like how he's worrying about Lucian. It's like a weird chain.
And then she's looking at Poe, who's fucking unconscious.
Poye is like chewing on the moss, like, come on, work.
Chewing on the moss!
his spit will cause it to break through, yeah.
So I think what Halbjorn will do, to put Lucian's mind at ease, is he'll try to help Aislinn think happy thoughts. Try to put the square in the square hole.
Okay, what do you do?
So he shimmies along the side of his stoop here, even though he knows he can leave it, and just kind of leading out towards her, still sitting on the edge. He says, "How you doing?"
I've done better. She sort of crouches down and wraps her hands around her knees while holding it. I just don't think magic's for me.
Well, I can say the same, but if I know that out of all of us here, when it comes to bright minds, yours is one of the brightest. You and Squirt over there. I think I got something down. Focusing so hard on what makes you happy kind of distracts you from happiness. So, to be frank, I just sort of stopped trying. And I think I got a few flickers, but I'm not too sure. might have been my eyes playing tricks on me. I took a pretty hard knock the other day. I'm sure you remember. But I guess if I can give you some advice, just try to be hopeful. Believe in yourself like how I believe in you, huh?
Okay, I'll try. Better than what I'm doing now.
That's the thing. Don't try. He'll scoot back along the southern edge here.
With that, give me like 2 minutes. A bed frame just
Yep,
fell. I need
yep.
to help my wife.
Oh my god, that's a weird.
Oh, what the fuck?
What the?
My bed frame fell. I
I'm
had to help
sorry.
Not even the fuck.
my best guess is it's like maybe an older frame and the dog jumped on it and just.
Maybe.
Wait, how am I just learning this now?
How
Learning
was
what?
the
I was always so-
Barbarian? Go on.
Oh yeah, the Barbarian was the first one.
The Barbarian was like the first or like second one to get it. The guy who literally can't use magic in a rage, just like, yeah, fucking light, let's go, bitches.
The world is weird like that.
Just be enraptured by the moon hole.
What the fucking
The moon hole? What?
I
Not
think
the moon hole.
he said moon lol, and I think that's the plot of Bloodborne. So maybe don't do that. Maybe
God.
don't be enraptured by the moon. No.
Stop.
I definitely didn't almost choke on ice.
Good to hear you're alright.
Behold, good hunter, the moon hole.
Try moon hole.
Try finger moon hole. No, it'd be try gun moon hole.
Try fingers moon hole.
No, it's Bloodborne. It'd be tentacle.
Ooh.
Why'd you say ooh like that? No.
He's right. The question is, was I talking about Alec or was I talking about Garth? The world may never know.
You know what? Let's keep it that way.
Understandable.
There's just like a trash pile in this corner. Clint just gathers everything and just puts it over there. It's like, oh, probably
I put it back in the box that it comes in.
okay.
For the guy whose name we don't know, out of game we know he's called the Designated Survivor.
His name's Franklin.
So after, I'd say
Oh, hi.
probably about an hour, you see small little bits appear from Iceland.
Oh,
We got it on our second day. Just kidding, that was the easy part.
So what about Lucian?
He'll take
You
the
see-
page from.
Oh,
Let's
go
see
ahead.
who.
You see Poye going
It's
over
fine.
and getting water and the biggest cup he can grab and setting it over here on the edge and then putting his feet in it.
That makes
It's a little
sense. That makes
yeah.
sense for
That-
Poe. That
that-
makes sense.
Oh yeah,
He's trying to
yeah,
go
that
home.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's Lucian.
Poe is a man about his homeland, so that makes sense.
He
your
will.
feet were
he
looking a little
will-
dry there.
You're looking at his
He
feet.
will. Oh no! Don't look at his feet.
Can't be thinking over here. It's too dry, you know.
He's a fish out of water.
Yeah. Is that right? Yeah. He just like tosses his shirt off and puts his feet in the water and just holds it on his chest while he leans back.
All right. Lucian tries to think of memories, but they all just don't turn out well afterwards. So he's going to try to combine them like kind of like hell. He's going to think of some of the lake days that we would take at the orphanage. Some people weren't there yet, so he's going to try to put them in there with his memory. That tree that he tried to find every time he was at the lake never had any of the leaves that he wanted to see, so he's going to just insert that from a tree from his homeland, which would always rain down samaras, which were the helicopter leaves.
I love those things.
Right? And he would think of how happy. Sorry, I forgot her name real quick.
Teresa.
Teresa?
Yeah, thank you. How happy Teresa was before she got infected on that day when she got pie.
Poor Duncan fucking died.
Before everyone died.
And then he's being brought back to the horrors, the trauma.
Just a really nice lake day with something from his home.
You start to get a light. After several hours of failing and relighting it, you all start to see almost all the moss begin to glow. Before eventually it stays that way, even after you've lost concentration.
Oh,
You can cast light without it being a concentration spell now.
well, light's never a concentration spell.
For us, it was.
For you guys, it was. Wow.
Like
Oh,
as
get
like
outta
a
here.
technicality.
All
Yeah.
of you right now. As he sees all these lights go up, he looks around. Excellent. We have a few more to go through. But what took you hours, you will need to get down to a span of less than 6 seconds. Till you can do that, it means nothing. But you've taken a good first step.
Thank you. You too. Sir.
Now then, I need a volunteer.
But hold up his hand.
Lucian
We
holds
both
up his
did it.
hand.
Very well. Clint, come here.
Understandable.
I can hit him with a
Expected.
Go
fireball.
up there. He fucking decks you.
That'd be okay.
No, that's right.
Picks up these 2 stones. What I'm going to show you next could save your life one day. Clint, let me see your eye.
Hold up.
In an instant, he hits his palm against your arm, and you all see force go through it. As Clint, the bones in your arm break.
Oh God!
Clint's okay with this.
He's in shock.
That. Oh.
Oh,
There it is.
you take 3 damage as you feel your arm is broken.
Clint is just like biting his like inside of his cheek or his tongue.
What the hell?
Oh. Is
He
this-
takes these 2 stones and puts one on each side. Renew, renew. Make that which was 2 into 1 once more. As you see the arms start to straighten out, and Clint, you feel that throbbing start to recede in your arm. Only you can find the words that will work. But this is your second incantation, mending.
Wait, he can mend. He can mend flesh.
And
What?
bone?
Flesh wasn't broken. The bones were.
The bones. Oh, interesting. So we could do it. We could do it through flesh though, X-ray style.
All right, am I taking fucking mending? I might.
You might be taking.
Return to your podium.
Just rubbing my arm. Don't say anything. Just go back. Bit astounded.
As he comes over through each of you, takes a weapon and breaks it and sets it on your podium.
So why did you have to break his arm for this demonstration when you could have just done this?
Because now you know why it is important.
I probably deserve it.
A
Fair
weapon
point.
you can live without. An arm will become gangrenous and kill you.
Takes note to look up gangrenous later.
As Bradford or as Garth?
As
Infected.
Bradford in his head.
Infected. Just as basic as it can get.
I understand
Correct.
the concept. The words are big.
Night
know-
creatures will hit you much harder than I will. You don't know the type of damage it will cause and what you will need to repair. But the mission doesn't end just because you get damaged.
I mean, obviously.
So, this will continue on for a full week. You've learned incantations in 2 days. You're going to master breaking them down and doing them faster within the week. If you all master them, he will begin to show you other domain spells. So, let's skip forward to about, say, the 5th day.
The
All of you
day.
can learn either one additional or one cantrip of your choice.
Any spell list?
Any spell list.
Eldritch Blast. No, just kidding.
Oh,
Except for
Guidance.
Okay.
Except for Druid.
Except for
Except-
Druid. So Warlock is on the table, but not Druid. Interesting.
Okay.
Alright.
Some spells carry a connotation, which you will cover.
Connotation.
There are certain magics that are available, but court the dark.
The Warlock spells.
Chill Touch is one of them. While it is useful to stop regeneration, it has a cost, as everything does. These spells are not authorized for your level. Now, outer domain spells, or other domain. We are on the 4th domain. Going in or out. Which domain do you think is inaccessible?
Going inwards.
The 1st domain. Do you know why?
It's
I'm
too
assuming
powerful.
Possibly.
Because that is God's domain.
They are a massive source of power and things radiate out from them.
Not necessarily.
Hmm.
But it touches on magic that mortals are not capable of.
Is that the light that the Cathar use?
That is 2nd domain.
Is that is the second domain the sort of magic that the Singelia use?
Correct. Sangelia also can touch the 1st domain, but not master it. Keep that in mind. When grabbing sources from outer domains, you have to entreat it into the world. It is not native to this plane, so you must bring it across. As such, you are limited in how many times you can do it. I don't expect you to master this skill in your first level. Throughout the years, you will get better. But it is likely at least some of you will be able to grab. So, throughout this time, he will display to you several first level spells. Basic things: magic missiles, shields, detect magic, mage armor, burning hands, frost fingers, thunder wave.
Probably something you make up.
So, let me see. Lucian,
Mm-hmm.
you have first level spells.
Yes, sir.
Which ones are you able to conjure?
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Give me 1 second as I pull up my spells. Shit.
Okay.
I wasn't
We'll try
expecting
to
this.
avoid it, okay? Try to not sleep on it, okay?
He will try to conjure. With the light spell, he was interested in how much further it could go. So he would try to make multiple and have them spread out and affect an area. Fairy fire is going to be the one that he's going to try to conjure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Over this week, you'll be able to do it. If you would like to explain how you accomplish it, then feel free.
Okay. I don't know how to explain it right now, but
Sure.
yeah.
So Poye, over this time, does learn how to do Firebolt.
Of course.
Interesting pick.
Aislinn barely gets any of them down, and definitely none under 6 seconds. I will leave Flora up to Katie, but you know she at least gets one cantrip. So, the rest of you, have you thought about what you master?
Yes, but with that recent, with what you just said there, about how Iceland is not really able to get any of them down, could I sacrifice my choice in favor of Halbjorn taking the time to help Iceland?
I will say, you can learn one together, but the one you learn is the same one she learns.
Ooh.
So you share
So
it.
she picks, but you help her get it.
Or is it the other way around?
You pick.
Oh.
Actually, I'm gonna pick. That does actually.
I'm gonna pick.
I got
Because
it.
it's him helping
I
her, so
got
it makes sense that he understands how she does a thing. But then it's like, well, fuck.
There you go.
She's going to learn Blade Ward.
That
Okay.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Good for cowardice. It's a self spell.
Are we only allowed to master one spell throughout this
If
week?
you have more cantrips on your list, then you can do them. You just get
Okay.
one for free.
Get one cantrip for free. Interesting.
Ooh, okay, perfect. Gotcha.
Thing is, when I go-
ED.
When I go bard, I get vicious mockery anyways, or I can get it. So, there's no point. I'm not sure if I want to grab it now.
If we have a spell that's not on our like spellcasting ability spell list, will we use ours or will we use the classes?
whatever your class is. So you pick whichever ability you want to use for this one.
That's tempting. Okay.
Okay. I need to ask for clarification or double check on this. if it's on the table, if I were to grab Booming Blade or Green Flame Blade, would I get sneak attack on the initial?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's an attack.
Interesting. Yeah.
Does Green Flame Blade apply to like thrown weapons? No, it's a ranged weapon.
You have to hit a
No.
target within 5 feet of you.
Yeah, it's a melee.
Yeah,
All right, never mind.
unfortunately.
They
No.
specifically changed the wording on that,
Mhm.
and that's
Think of
overrules
that
it
exact
otherwise.
thing.
Yeah, you're in the Black Lodge.
So
That's for
anyway,
yeah.
Forgotten Realms beta bitches, you know.
when you're a beta